What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and I've been getting a lot of questions about Night Train Lane, and with his cost being so expensive, many of you guys are wondering, yo, Gmia, how did you get it done so fast? I didn't really get a chance to thoroughly explain everything. I just told you guys very simply that you should be completing the sets and then going ahead and selling each individual one, and then only choosing the one, like, it's a couple of the sets that you'll do that you'll want the player, like Cromartie. I'm going to show you guys really quickly. I wanted Antonio Cromartie, and he plays unbelievable. I don't know why he plays so much better than Rod Woodson, but he just does. I can't really explain it. So I wanted that card, and pretty much I wanted Taylor Mays. All right, so I wanted these two cards out of all of the cards that they released as the Diamond theme, you know, the Theme Diamonds 2.0. All right, so when you look at Night Train Lane's price, obviously, many of us that are watching this video right now don't have 3 million coins or whatever the price is to actually purchase that card. And that's why I try to give you guys insight on the way that you do things, you know, unlike other people. Because it's no way possible that you're just going to be able to go out there and just have 3 million coins. Many of us won't be able to do that. But what we can do is we can individually do certain things. So is he worth 3 million coins? I believe he is. He's the only cornerback that it's his natural position that can play the way he plays and get that enforcer that is just a... Bro, if anybody runs the ball towards his side and he gets a clean hit, doesn't matter if you're doing the hit stick or the CPU is doing it. If he has enforcer, it's going to be a fumble. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at some of the things that are going on. If you look at my bids, right, this is what some of you guys were requesting. Gmia, can you please thoroughly show us how you did it? All right, so you see all these bids and everything that was sold. Let's go down and figure out exactly what I was able to do throughout the entire process. I don't know how much of it is saved, but you should be able to see all of the things from my history and how I did stuff, right? So as you look at it right now, you're going to be able to kind of understand more or less that there were certain cards that had to be purchased. You are also going to see that I sold immediately the cards that were created in the long run. That's how you do it. You complete one of the actual sets and then you sell the card. You do not keep the card, because if you do, you just wasted that 300 to 400K per set. If you do the math with everything and you see what's going on, it's theoretically 300 to 400K times 32, because it's 32 new Theme Diamonds 2.0 or whatever it is. So you have to be able to understand, all right, what am I spending money on? What am I getting rid of? What's actually going on? You see what I'm saying? Like, once you figure that out and you know the players, for instance, if you want the Cromartie, that'll be whatever it cost you for that set, you got to eat that. So all of these things that you're actually buying, you know, you're paying for, whatever like that, these are the things that go on, and you have to be able to understand what it takes. So as you go through it and you find these cards and everything, it's very important that you understand, all right, look, this is what it is. I have to be able to go ahead and figure out, you know, how am I supposed to be able to afford this stuff? That's the number one thing that some of you guys are writing. Yo, Gmia, I'm dead broke. Well, if you're dead broke and you're not grinding the game the way you should, then you're not a real MUT player. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to spend the money, you're going to have to put the time in. EA is not going to give you anything for free. Just, like, a lot of you guys are running around like, you know, I'm talking about auctionable stuff. You're going to get Nats for free, and you could put in some time and you know, you'll pick an NFL 100 player, stuff like that. But when it comes to like the auctionable stuff, EA is not giving you anything like that. So you have to grind through, you know, your MUT levels and get those packs, and just, you know, you got to just be one of the luckiest people in the world to really make the most out of those packs. Like some of you guys pulled Lamar Jackson, the MVP, out of your free Legends pack that you got from grinding your MUT level. Those are the things that you have to really make your income off of, and the coins that you accumulate by playing the missions. So look at what happens, right? You'll see that all these Theme Diamonds are sold instantly after I make them. So the next question that a lot of you guys were asking about, okay, when I go to look at the prices of the individual cards, it does not amount to what I see right now for you. I'm not going to be able to afford to, you know, complete Dante Culpepper's Viking set for like $350 and only get $200 for it. Okay, that's understandable, but it doesn't matter though, because you're not ever going to get back, unless it's a very unique situation, you're not usually going to be able to get back exactly what you paid for something. That's just the way it goes. So you're going to have to figure out ways to make sure that you're able to get something back. And for those of you guys that were asking, yeah, Gmia, remember when they used to give us a certain amount of coins for completing a theme diamond or whatever? You remember those sets that they would give you some coins back? They chose not to do it, but they made it unique because you get the power up, which is not readily available, and you get the card. So for instance, I sold the power up for Simeon Rice for 57K. That's not a typical price for a power up. 49K for Josh Cribbs. Why is it like that? Because people are going to want these power-ups for their teams because they add additional chemistries. So to get ×3 for a Browns theme team, like I don't know who has a Browns theme team, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys do. That wouldn't be me on my worst day, but that's just me. Okay, you're going to spend that 50K because you can chem him up and add additional things to him, and that's going to work out for your squad. And what is the point of MUT? Is to build your ultimate team. If this game had excellent gameplay, this will be one of the most highest grossing, even above and beyond where it is right now. A lot of the reasons that people don't really enjoy the game is because a lot of the animations in the game makes it overbearing, and the fact that height doesn't matter in most cases. Those are some of the things that we have drawbacks from. But just understand, this is the fun part of MUT. Like just building your team, going through the sets, understanding the way it works. So as you see right here, Simeon Rice 276, Edgerrin James 299, Anquan Bolden 275. You may notice at this time period that the prices have either gone up or they've gone down. This is why I tell you, the first weekend when these sets come out, it is very important for you to go and grind it and get it done, because that's when you're going to get the most. When people are done doing whatever, like for instance, you see this right here? I got 229 and then 229 again. Power up and the theme diamond. I don't know what you'll get right now, but that's what somebody else was willing to pay at that time. So these are certain things, you know, the time frame that you do it. Victor Cruz, 98K for his power up, 229 for his card. Now, these sets were kind of unique because if you were able to get to it on the same day and all you guys, oh, yo, I gotta work, all this stuff like that, that's fine, bro. You're not working 24 hours a day unless you're not human. You gotta still make time for certain things. So I did this later in the day and I still was able to get this on the day it was released. So just to give you guys kind of a heads up, you may not be getting these same exact prices or they may have raised. But this is what I ended up selling my stuff for when I actually did it. So you'll see that in certain cases, I got what it cost me to complete the actual set. But those are the win-wins. Those are the ones where it's like, oh my God, yo, I made out. Every one of them is not like that. So you have to understand that it's going to cost you something. You're not going to get it just like whatever. It's going to cost you in certain cases. 98K for a power for John Morton. I mean, was that Johnny Morton right there? Yeah, Johnny Morton, and then I got another 200 for that. So you'll see the way that it goes. Gilbert Brown, I only got 200, but his set was kind of crazy because all of the Packer players were very, very expensive, and it was stupid, but we got through it. His power up was 50K, you know, 198, 299, Namdi, 249. Then I got 159 for his power up. That dude right there, yo, I was playing against him the other day. I was burning him deep every snap. Shout out to whoever you got, you know, whichever one of you guys got him, but yo, that dude right there, garbage in this game though. Jamal Lewis, all right, you see his power up, 149. Because you have these individuals that are really geared up for certain theme teams. For me, I got the Niner theme team, but I'm not vested in it as a fan. So I'm doing whatever I got to do. If I have to get rid of somebody that's a Niner, peace out. You done. It don't really matter to me. Okay, right here, 98, 750, 249. Doug Williams, the power up, 25, 229. So you see like the averages, but as soon as I'm done with it, you need to sell it. Even if you're doing it now and you're not getting as much, you're still getting a portion back, okay? That is the very, very, like the highest importance of it. And that's the cheapest way for you to do it. Because truth be told, you guys saw that like in one of the other videos that I put out, I barely had coins. And it wasn't because I was doing that set. I was actually buying other things, okay? So what did I end up buying? What was I doing? Well, pretty much I was doing like little subtle upgrades to my squad because certain players, remember, you need the actual collectibles to complete the Night Train Lane set, so you have to do the sets, but there were other things that I was investing in. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I had certain players. I wanted to make sure that everything would be set in regards to what I was trying to do, so I was looking at certain things and I was upgrading my squad in different aspects. Antonio Cromartie, Taylor Mays, you know, stuff like that. And then once I got the cards, I had to wait for them to sell. So when you see like I'm looking dead broke, I'm doing as many as I can with the coins that I had at that time, and then I have to wait for somebody to budge and buy it. That's why you'll see that I won't have coins in certain parts, because when you go through the sets and you look at the cards, you want to make sure that you're snagging the cards that make sense. So if say for instance, when it first dropped, people were very, very excited about Cromartie. So what did? I did the Cromartie set first. So I paid the cheapest prices for Cromartie. I did the Bengals because I knew people were going up to Taylor Mays. He was selling for as high as 600, 700 on the release day. Now he's down to like 300, 400, but it's when the hype is there, when everybody's trying to go after it. So you got to be able to understand those type of things, and that's what I try to portray to you guys, that there's a method to my madness. So even though you saw me at like 1 point something mil, like 3 days ago before I started doing it, yeah, I'm spending it and I'm buying up the cards, but I know that I'm waiting for it to sell. So once it sells, I'm good to go. I just have to wait before I go back and start having to find money to buy packs. And I didn't buy any packs. You see that still? Go back to the videos. I still have the same 100 points. I didn't buy one bundle because I only buy bundles when you guys want me to get bundles and have to be special occasions, or you want Miss Gmia to open them or whatever. I'm not just buying bundles and just giving EA money when I can grind the game, play house rules, do all the stuff, and make currency by doing exchange sets and all the other things that I display to you guys. So this is the biggest part about it. Once you completed a set, you gotta wait, bro. You gotta wait for that card to sell. Don't go and buy packs and, oh yeah, let me keep going. You wait, because that way you're able to assess how much you actually lost, and then you can keep track of it. Because realistically, you guys saw me at like 1 point something million, and now I'm at the 3.2. Okay, now I kept a lot of my touchdown packs that I showed you guys from Weekend League and all that stuff, and the weekly rewards and everything else that EA gave us, but I actually made out a lot better because I took my time. And sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna take like 30 minutes. And I know you guys are like, you're rushing, yo bro, I gotta hurry up. Yo, it took like 30 minutes for these cards to sell, because people are looking at the prices and they're like, do I really want to pay for that? That guy's kind of trash can status. Like, do I really want to do it? So you have to actually wait. That's the biggest thing for us, and that's what I encourage you guys all the time. If you guys are regular viewers of mine, you know the number one thing that I teach you is patience. But I don't really have patience in certain cases, but I would still love for you guys to have it. Because in certain cases, I just want a card, I'm going to go get it. But because that requires 32 individual sets, it's way more complex, and you are not going to be happy about the amount that it's going to cost you. So now, let's go take a look at what the Theme Diamonds are actually doing, okay? We don't need to look at Night Train. We know he's about 3 million, all right? And he's worth every penny, but that's not what this is about. We're gonna go over right now and check out the program. We're gonna go to Theme Diamonds, and we're gonna take a look at it. And this is what I'm gonna, urge you guys to understand. When you look at the overall prices, you see how like they have the original Theme Diamonds, you gotta go to like the 94, 95. Now, you're gonna see some of the prices, like Derek Mason, I think we got like 199 for him. You see how they're a lot lower now? Everything is imbalanced. So what happens is you're gonna have to end up paying a lot more for individual cards in those sets, where it's gonna offset to be a lot less. Remember, we got 229 for Westbrook. We got a lot more. Simeon Rice's price is down. All these guys are down. But remember this though, if you're not interested in the card itself in Night Train Lane, you can always get cheap training. So at some point you're gonna win, but in many cases, you're gonna have to take losses when you're completing these type of sets, because the market is gonna drive it down. Obviously, the more people that do it. You have to now understand, all right, look, every set I'm gonna lose 100K. So realistically speaking, right, if you lose 100K each set and you do that 32 times, that'll be 3.2 million. So you have to understand it and kind of have that in your head. It wouldn't make sense to actually do it this way. Why not just buy him? For me, I made out because it didn't cost me that much with the losses I was getting at the time that I was doing it, because I was able to get rid of the cards at its earliest convenience. Like I told you, day one, this guy was up to like 700K selling. I recently saw him at like, what was that? You guys just saw that I sold him for like 330 the other day. But the price has come down dramatically once everybody starts completing the sets. Now, with the cards that are higher priced inside of the actual sets that you need to complete, you guys may have noticed that the heavyweights in a lot of these sets were the most expensive, right? You guys probably figured it out, but I had to go and get some of those flashback sets. I kind of, briefly spoke about it in the video. I went and used training on some of these you know, these flashbacks or whatever they were, the top cards, and I was able to get them. Like heavyweights like this, some of them became like very, very expensive at a certain point. And you have to go and realize, should I spend 200K on a Tyler Eifert? Let's go check that. That's a good point right there. Let me just go ahead and break this down to you at the end, because sometimes you have to evaluate, is it worth it for me to use training as opposed to coins? So let's go put in Tyler Eifert right here, and I'm going to give you some insight into it. These cards were selling for dirt cheap before the Theme Diamond set was out. But guess what happens? Sets come out, and people know that you need the card. If you're trying to get the token, they're going to raise the price. It's the regular thing, bro. It's supply and demand. But what does that mean? Are there other ways to get this? 135, this guy's card before this drop, 65, 70K. People are buying it. I think when I got it, he was a little bit higher. So he's at 135. That's one card out of a 12 card set. And we just saw that the prices was down to around 200K, 300 and something K the max. These are very, very important things that you have to understand. Instead of us doing this, we can go and do a flashback set inside if we have the training, because the cost won't be the same and we would actually, be able to make out with it. You see what I'm saying? So I did it and I got lucky in some of the cases. All right. So what did I do? I went to the, where is it? Did they move the stuff? Where are the other, the sets? It looks like they moved it out of the store. They were in the store before though. I don't know what happened. They're not there anymore. The heavyweights and the veterans. This is team of the week. This is team of the year. Where did the heavyweights and the veterans go? Yeah, something's getting kind of fishy over here, bro. That Joey Bosa is garbage, by the way. But I don't know what's happening. But I pulled some packs and I had some of the veterans. I guess I just had it in my binder with the unopened packs, and I just got lucky. But those packs were there. I don't know what's going on right now. And also, just recently, last week, I showed you guys in the video where I was doing the what was the packs I was doing? I was doing the not the veterans, the football outsiders. Where did those go? I don't know what's going on right now, guys, but it's not here. But I was able to pull them. I don't know exactly what's happening right now, but we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to ask. I don't know when they took it down, and if they told us they were taking it down. That seems kind of weird though, that they're not there anymore for training. And like I said, that could possibly hurt you now, because now you have to spend the money because you have no chance to pull it. I guess because they expired it the same day when I was doing it, I guess. That might have been what it is, because I think they said that I was like the last promo of it. And I don't think that they have anything else up for it. So that's crazy. Wow. All right, so you guys are going to have to end up spending that coin because there's no other way for you to get it. Another way that I usually did it was you guys see me do it very, very often. I opened to get a gold player pack by the 5s. And pretty much you usually get glitchy stuff out of that. And that's where I go with it. What is this about? This team of the year 89 plus. And why would they keep the team of the year stuff there and remove everything else? This is very, very, it's very, very unusual, because I haven't checked it since I completed the set. And I wasn't aware of it because none of you guys tweeted me and let me know it was removed. So if you guys have any information about that, please let me know, because I wasn't aware that they took those sets down because they were available. At least I know when I was doing it. And I guess I must have just got lucky and was able to get it still while it was there. But I definitely got really, really lucky pulling some heavyweights and flashbacks. But it is what it is. We'll figure it out later. Oh, coin one? Let's go. Oh, an 80 though. An 80? All right, I'll just say my 18,000 coins, man. Yo, bro, I really hate that they just did that to me. Like, low-key, because they could have easily gave me an 89 coin thing right there. Would have been good to go. But it is what it is. So these are the different avenues that I was taking when I was actually doing it. I would every now and again go and just spend 25K, see what's inside these sets. I pulled a lot of decent stuff out of there. Many of you guys pulled honors. Again, Lamar Jackson out of Get a Gold Player packs. Maybe we get a good power-up. It's a lot of different things that you can do. That might go for something, right? The Franco Harris power-up, we can actually go check it. But these are just some of the things that I choose to do. You don't need to do this by any means. I'm just giving you guys insight into ways to make sure that you lessen the load of the spiked prices and what they do inside the store, because it becomes so expensive. But again, would I do it all again for Night Train with what he's done? This man has single-handedly won me games. Single-handedly. And remember, he gets any team chem and 3 times the chem for any team that he played for. But he single-handedly won me games. No joke. Just like single-handedly went out, hit-stick somebody into another dimension, dude fumbles, the game's over. I would love to have gotten Antonio Cromartie to a 99 speed, but he plays out of his mind. Just out of his mind. Taylor Mays is just an automatic pick. If they throw the ball anywhere near Taylor Mays, it's an automatic pick. It's not even a question about, wait a minute, why is it? Oh, I gave him bruiser. So he's actually, bro, his acceleration is right. Nah, bruh. Oh, I'm glad that I did this. I'm glad, yeah, bro, we got to give his acceleration back. Hold on, bro, what is this? I gave you brawler? Yo, give me this back. Let me refund this chemistry real quick. That's why I like when I go over stuff with you guys, because I just realized, like, I know he loses agility, but that acceleration is very, very key. I was wondering why he was moving like, bro, like my grandma, dog. Like, the dude was just moving around mad stupid, bro. Like, what are you out here doing in these streets? And hold on, what's 28? Okay, we have 28 to 50 there. All right, so he got the speed there. And then now, yeah, he gets his acceleration up. Yeah, because let me just explain something to you about that Excel. He's my user, right? So when you're moving around with him, what happens is if somebody is trying to beat you over the top and you smash down on the R2 button, if his acceleration is kind of low, he won't move the same way. So that 98 acceleration is extremely important. Just so you guys kind of understand. The skilled players, you always want the acceleration, especially if you don't use them, because that's when they kick it into gear. Also remember this, EA gives us an unfair advantage on defense to where you get a speed burst when you actually click on. And that's another thing with Sean Taylor. I was wondering, like, why is he moving around like that? And his acceleration is lower. That was the issue, and I didn't even realize it, guys, when I gave him brawler, because I was more concerned about his strength. So now, before I close out the video, we're gonna actually give you guys a bonus. When you're doing the brawler and the sprinter and understanding those physical chems, you want to give your big guys all the brawler. The skilled guys should always have the sprinter. Even though they're losing agility, it doesn't matter. And you can see that we're overwhelmed with the brawler, so we'll still be good and get all the other stuff for our linemen and stuff. Both offensively and defensively, they're good. But you want that excel. See, the acceleration, I didn't even realize that Sean Taylor was running around without the proper stuff, bruh. And none of you guys told me. Shout out to you guys. You guys saw it. Bruh, does he really have brawler on? I really have brawler on this dude. Like, why would I do that? Like, get out of here, man. We got to put the right thing on him. And these are the key things that you'll be able to see that makes a difference on your team. And it'll just up your whole level of play, man. It'll just take you to the next level, like, completely, with everything. And I know he's losing the strength, he's losing agility. I'm going to tell you right now, he ain't a running back. We don't need all that agility. You know what I'm saying, bro? Get him that excel, make him move like a serious monster, bro. It's so much of a difference. Now, you might argue, should we just give it to Lawrence Taylor? Does it matter? Because Lawrence Taylor is going up against these big offensive linemen and stuff like that, I feel that the strength is more ideal. If for any reason I feel like they're not doing it, which I don't, I would consider giving him sprinter and making him lose the strength. But these guys definitely benefit a lot more with the higher acceleration. They just definitely do. So that's very important that you do that. All right, so as far as Night Train Lane goes, that's the cheapest and the easiest way for you to do it. It has a lot to do with patience and waiting for things to sell. But also, if you're losing too much per set and it equates to about what it would cost to buy them, I would just say buy them if you can afford it. If you're still having trouble accumulating coins, please feel free to check out some of my videos displaying to you guys how you can make currency by just grinding the actual game. And as usual, you can always leave questions or any comments you may have in the comment section. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching today. Hopefully you're having a blessed day. Until next time, one love.